Okay, great. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Verbling class. My name is Teacher Amy, and today's class is called How Successful People Stay Calm. Are you successful at staying calm? And what do you think the tips and tricks are of those people who really, I don't know what we're classifying here as successful, but I think it's definitely something that we can talk about this class. How do you stay calm, and what makes you stressed? So do come in. If you've booked a slot in this class, I think we're full. So if you'd like to join us, you'll need to just watch along on YouTube or Google+. Before we get started, we're going to wait for our lovely students, and I'm going to let you know about 2 pages that you can access as a Verbling student, and they can help you out a little bit with your time on Verbling. So there are 2 pages that I'm pasting into the chat box. The first is my Facebook page. If you'd like to connect up with any of the teachers on Facebook, it's a good way of keeping in touch with us as you go through your week. And the second is the Verbling teacher page. So if you'd like to find out a little bit more information about one of the teachers, or perhaps one or more of the teachers, then check out their Verbling teacher page. You can see their calendar. You can book a private tutoring slot if that's something that you're interested in. You can check out when the upcoming classes are. You can also write a message. So if you have any questions or you want to get in touch with any of the teachers, then that's the way to do it. You can also see a bit more about who we are and watch our videos from some recorded classes and our introductory video. So it's quite a cool place to go. If you have 5 minutes and you would like to check out a few of the Verbling teachers, then head over to their Verbling teacher pages. Okay, so this is a reading and speaking class today. We're going to be reading some parts of an article called How Successful People Stay Calm, and we're going to be talking about how you guys manage to stay calm and what makes you not calm, i.e. stressed or upset or any of the opposite words of calm that you can think of. So let's say hi and see who we have to talk about staying calm. Andre, hello.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm well as well, thank you.
Excellent. It's nice to see you again. Tell me about staying calm, Andre. Are you a calm person?
Yeah, I can say so that I'm not so how to say not so energetic maybe. I'm
Okay.
more of a calm person. Yeah.
All right. And are there certain things that do stress you out in your life?
I think maybe some people who behave in strange ways can certainly be my stimulus uh, to do something with my calm behavior.
Okay, so they interrupt your calmness.
Yeah, calmness. Yeah.
Maybe tranquility is a better way of putting it, Andre. So sometimes certain people can stress you out. Do you have certain people in your life who are particularly good at stressing you out, or is it just random?
No, I think it's just random because I try to avoid them basically, and I am lucky that I don't have these people at my work, and of course in my home personal life.
Yeah.
It could be just randomly.
Maybe you're just good at calming everybody down, Andre, so you don't experience people as being stressed around you.
Maybe.
It's a thought. All right, well, it's great to have you in the class. If you're a calm person, you've set the tone for a nice calm class today. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Dennis with the pink unicorn, how are you? Are you there? Nope, he's gone off to ride his unicorn, I think. All right, Dennis, we will come back to you. Instead, I will say hello to Ahmed. Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, how are you, Ahmed?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good, teacher.
Good, that's really good news. How's everything going? How's your studying?
It's not that much. but I'm trying to do best.
All right. So you're having you're not doing as much as you would like to do, but you're trying.
Yes,
All right.
I'll
Well,
try.
that's good. That's good. I think we all go through those stages where we have other things bombarding us in our lives. I'm finding that the Christmas run-up is already upon me at the moment. So, even though it's still November. So, Ahmed, how are you with stay calm? Are you a successful, calm person, or do you stress out quite easily?
I don't understand what does it mean, the question.
All right. So, do you understand what the word calm means? Oh, peaceful, tranquil.
Uh, did you type it?
Yes, it's in the chat box. Calm. It means the same as, for example, tranquil, peaceful, and it's the opposite of. Oh, have a look in the Verbling chat box, Ahmed. Yeah, that's right. It's the
Calm.
opposite of stressed or, I don't know, maybe angry or lots of different emotions.
Yeah, I have a lot of stress and angry, especially with my work these days.
Okay, what about it? What makes you stressed, Ahmed?
You know, we have a lot of load in the working, especially I'm working in hospital as a pharmacy technician, so we have a lot of patients and a lot of prescriptions. You have to prepare it every day,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no mistakes. You have to do it the right way, correct. Each medication should be right to the right patient
Mm-hmm.
in the right way.
Wow, that does sound quite stressful to me. So how do you manage harm and how do you manage to avoid making mistakes?
I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying. When you know, at working, you just concentrate on your work. But after you finish your work, you just when you go to home, just try to do some sport, to watch TV. Just you know. Also, I'm studying after I finish my work.
All right, so you try to just concentrate when you're at work and then when you leave work, you try to relax and
Yes.
de-stress. All right,
To
good. Did you have something else to say?
no, nothing. Thank you.
All right, Ahmed. Well, Ahmed and Andre have answered so far, and they seem to be on different ends of the spectrum. So let's find out what our other students feel about this topic. So let's say hello to Matthew.
Hey, Amy.
Hello, Matthew. Matthew, have I met
Hi.
you before?
Yeah, I've been in your class like by another name, like Michael. I was Michael. Like
I
now I'm.
thought I recognized your voice, and you give me a different name and no picture. How are you? Long time no see.
You can call me Matt, by the way. It's like
Okay, and
short
how come you've
from
changed your name?
what?
How come you've changed your name?
Oh, why did I change my name? Because I got sick of that name, like of Michael, and I decided that I should have like a brand new name. So I've checked out what the common names in the US, and I decided that Matthew is kind of a good name. So
All right. Well, I'm going to call you Matt from now on.
yeah, call me Matt, just like that. I like that. How are you?
Call
What's
me
new with you?
Matt, just like that. I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah. What's new
It's
with
really
you?
nice to see you again. How's your studying going? Have you been making lots of progress?
Yeah, actually, I don't remember when we spoke last time, but I think in the summertime, and I I found a new job like in an English-speaking company. So basically, I am learning English little by little in my work. So I am on cloud nine
Excellent. That's awesome
because of
news.
that.
So you can use your English every day now.
Yeah, and I do that, and I think I will learn some English on my like from my smartphone. Like I'll connect my smartphone to Wearbling. So.
Okay, awesome. That sounds very cool. Well, tell us about the topic today, Matt. Are you a calm person or are you a stressed person?
Well, I think I'm in the middle, like an average person, like neither calm nor stressed out. So basically, I'm okay with that.
Middle of the spectrum. Okay, so sometimes you're calm and sometimes you're stressed, would you say?
Yeah, I would say that some situations are quite stressful. For example, I don't know, when you maybe when you should do something in a hurry or something like that. But you know, from I decided to not be stressed so much. So basically, I look at the things from another spectrum, and I think that like, okay, whatever will happen, that's okay for me. Or maybe I will lose some money or I will lose something else, but uh, I'm still going, so that's okay.
All right, that's a really good way of looking at it. I like that attitude. So obviously things are going to come along that might make you stressed out, but you have a decision whether you're going to let yourself be stressed or not. Cool.
Yeah. What about you?
Me, I think I'm working towards trying to be like you, Matt, but I find it challenging depending on what it is. Sometimes I'm good at it, other times I'm hopeless.
Okay. And are you still in Australia?
New Zealand. Yeah.
New Zealand? Oh, sorry.
That's okay. The New Zealanders will kill you for saying that.
But it's the same country, no? There is English in the same boat, and it's in the same place located, so that's why I confused. Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. Lots of people get confused. No problem.
Okay,
All right.
thanks.
Well, it's really nice to see you back. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Rafa, hello. Are you there?
Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Rafa, have we met before?
Could you repeat, please? I couldn't.
Have you and I met before? Is this your first class with me?
I don't remember. Perhaps it's my first class with you.
All right. Well, that's good. Neither of us remember. But it's nice to see you anyway. Welcome. Tell us, Rafa, are you a calm person?
Yes, I try to do my best, trying to get calm in difficult situations. But I think any stress is impossible. Don't suffer it in difficult situation in life. And I think also there is called eustress. It's a good stress. It's necessary to survive and to do your skills in a proper way. For this reason, I think medium level of stress could be so useful when you are doing some tasks. For this reason, I'm trying to get calm with difficulties, but always I suffer a kind of stress in my life. But I don't worry about it.
Okay, Rafa, you've brought in another point entirely, which is great. So you've mentioned the fact that actually stress can be beneficial sometimes,
Yes.
as long as you don't let it overcome you, right?
Yes, I read some time ago. I read an article about stress, and there are different kinds of stress. Depend on the level. If you have interesting and useful kind level of stress, is very useful for do some tasks that you need to survive, to get the bus, to arguing with your mates, to have a good relationship with your girlfriend. Always you need a kind of stress is necessary, I think.
Oh, right. Very interesting. It sounds like you know quite a lot about the topic, Rafa. It's very handy having you in class today.
Thank you.
Welcome. Rodrigo, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. And I'm just wondering if we've met before.
No, this is my first class with you.
Excellent. I love meeting new students. Well, it's nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Nice to meet you. I from Venezuela, but I live in Spain.
All
Yes,
right.
I have been living in Spain for 11 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Rodrigo. And what are you? What's your opinion about staying calm? Do you think you're a calm kind of a person?
Yes, I like to be in calm, even in difficult situation,
Mm-hmm.
because if you feel stressed, I think you can think clearly.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, right now, I am a little bit more stressed than before, maybe for my new job because it's very changing. But
Okay.
I used to be an Iceman.
You used to be an Iceman.
The Iceman, you know, cool, you know,
What did you have to do when you were an ice?
cool mind,
You used to be a coal mine
cool
or coal?
mind,
Can you type it?
cold mind.
A cold mine? Oh, a cold mind. You used to have a cold mind?
Yeah,
What
maybe
do you mean?
you know, always I was in calm. I
A
don't,
cool
I
mind. You
didn't.
used to have a cool mind.
Okay, okay, yes.
If you had a cold mind, if you describe
Yeah.
somebody as cold, it's not positive, Rodrigo. It means that they don't have any heart, right? But if you're
Okay.
cool, then you stay calm under pressure, okay? Thank you for bringing that up. That's a very good phrase that we can use in this class. So, how about now? You no longer have a cool mind?
Uh, no, like before. Not like before. Yes, right now I am a little bit more stressed than before. Maybe because I'm doing a lot of a lot of new things.
Hmm.
Uh,
You have more to cope with, maybe.
yes, yes, some external issues.
Hmm.
For example, the situation in my country, uh, something,
All
this
right.
kind of things.
Yeah. I think there's lots of different things that we experience that can
Yeah,
shake
yeah.
us off
But
from being calm.
always you had a good cigarette or a glass of wine or a good party for, you know.
Or if you're British, a cup of tea.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Rodrigo. It's really nice to meet you. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, who are we up to? We're up to Yuki. Yuki, you're just going for it on the chat box this morning. Tell us about being calm
Don't
and
pay
Japanese
attention
people.
to my silly writing.
I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
really. I'm trying to, but I'm not really succeeding. So how are you? And tell me about being calm. Are you a calm person?
I think keeping calm is a very important thing here in Russia
Mm-hmm.
because Russians themselves often say that this country is they are living in a country where unexpected events often occur.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, yesterday, toilet, the toilet was stuffed up again
Was
in my apartment.
blocked. The
Locked,
toilet was blocked.
uh,
Maybe.
clogged, yes. Blocked,
Blocked.
blocked, yeah.
Clogged. Yeah, clogged as well. Not clocked. Clocked is this.
Okay. The
Clogged.
toilet,
Clogged or
the
blocked.
toilet,
Yeah.
our toilet was blocked again.
Mhm.
So I used a rubber tap to um, to
Unblock
to
it.
to avoid the problem. Yes, but soon I found that rubber cup was broken.
This
And
sounds very messy.
yes, head of rubber cup fallen out. So my mother ran out to a supermarket to get a new rubber cup. But when I used the new rubber cup, the head of rubber cup fell out. So but my wife is excellent. She has a big experience living here. So she bought 3 rubber cups, not one.
And did one of them work?
Second one doesn't work. So, but third one worked. So that's good.
Hooray!
Yes. So
you got through 5. Is that what you're saying? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Did you stay calm? I said, did you use 5 in total?
Yes, the stake is quite low, so a stake is high, quite. So that moment, I think my wife is good. I respect her.
I agree, absolutely. All right, Yuki. Well, there you go. That's a very
became very cautious now about such a problem.
Yes, I think you all need to be very cautious. There's not a problem that you want to have happen lots of times.
She's always keep calm.
Okay, so your wife is better at keeping calm than you.
Yes, better than me.
Fair enough.
I always fall into the panic attack.
The toilet block panic attack.
Yes. You know how I speak out in the class. I am always
having a panic attack.
Yes, yes.
All right, well, maybe you'll learn some tips today. Just take a look at the article, guys, if you're waiting. I'm just going to say hello to the rest of the students. So, Dennis, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Ah, you are here. I thought you'd ridden off into the sunset on your unicorn.
No.
Oh, what a shame. That was such a romantic notion. Are you a calm person, Dennis?
Yes, I'm a calm person. At least I'm trying to be a calm person when I'm under pressure, because I have to be calm since I have to talk to people, because I work as a doctor's assistant and at the hospital. So sometimes it stresses me out. I mean, when some patient they can bleed or whatever, it might be terrifying. So I have to keep calm and do my work. So yeah.
Absolutely. Gosh, that I think is probably the most stressful job that I personally can think of. I don't think I could do it. I'm very I admire doctors a lot. All right, who else do we have here? We have Ismail. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Ismail. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you, Amy. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Ismail, tell us about you. Are you a calm person?
I am not a calm person, actually. I try to be calm, but it is difficult for me.
What kind of techniques do you do? What do you try to do to stay calm when you feel stressed, Ismail?
I usually use deep breathing technique and count until 10 or 20 if you get very nervous. And I sometimes leave the place and wait a little, and after a long time you can give more healthy feedback about the situation, actually. If you
that's
get angry, you can use some words which actually you don't want to use.
good point. We're not going to talk about those words in today's class, Ismail. But yes, that's a good point. All right, so sort of take a breather is a good one. We're going to read just in one moment about some tips that may help you guys, but I'm just going to say hello to one last student, which is Juan. Hello? Are you there, Juan? No? Yes? All right. Well, if you do come along and you would like to say hi, let me know. Guys, you can access the file that we're going to read via the class description. I've uploaded it. Or you can just follow along on screen. But do check out the article after class as well, because we're not actually going to read every little word today. We're just going to skip down to the first thing, which you can see the title is How Successful People Stay Calm. There's a bit of research gone into this, and there's a nice introduction, but I think we've covered that with what we've said already this morning. And we're just going to have a quick look at this graph. So this is actually, if I zoom out just a tiny bit, there you go. We should be able to see it. Who was saying this at the beginning of class? I think maybe Rafa was mentioning that sometimes it's actually handy, excuse me, to have some stress. And you can see that there's sort of a nice curve. If you have too little stress, you're bored or depressed. And then you have optimal performance in the middle. And then if it gets too much, you have a complete meltdown or possibly strong anxiety. So what we're really aiming for is this optimal performance sort of area. So you've got to keep yourself doing something but not actually get too stressed. So we're going to skip down a little bit and we're going to start reading from just this part here. I think intermittent. So let me zoom in one more time, and I'm going to ask Ahmed if you could read for us up to here, please.
I think it's intermittent. Stressful events are probably what keeps the brain more alert, and you perform better when you are alert. Kirby says, for animals, intermittent stress is the bulk of what they experience in the form of physical threats in their immediate environment. Long ago, this was also the case for humans. As the human brain evolved and increased in complexity, we've developed the ability to worry and preserve on events, which create frequent experience of prolonged stress.
Really well read, Ahmed. Thank you. We're going to read the next little bit and then we'll talk about any words. So, Andre, if you could read besides up to prolonged.
Yeah. Besides increasing your risk of heart disease, depression, and obesity, stress decreases your cognitive performance. Fortunately, though, unless a lion is chasing you, the bulk of your stress is subjective and under your control. Top performers have well-honed coping strategies that they employ under stressful circumstances. This lowers your stress levels regardless of what's happening in your environment, ensuring that the stress they experience is intermittent and not prolonged.
Excellent. And number 3, Dennis, this part, please.
Okay. While I've run across numerous effective strategies that successful people employ when faced with stress, what follows are 10 of the best. Some of these strategies may seem obvious, but the real challenge lies in recognizing when you need to use them and having the wherewithal to actually do it in spite of your stress.
Excellent. That was superb reading from all 3 of you. Well done. All right, let's just talk about it for a moment. Does anyone have any questions about vocabulary or parts of this little section that we didn't understand?
Here, what bulk means here in this context?
What does what mean, Yuki?
Bulk.
Bulk?
Yes.
This one here?
Yes.
Oh, right. Does anyone know? Can anyone explain what bulk means?
Me.
Can you repeat that? Yep. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
It's mean a huge quantity or something.
Absolutely, Ahmed. Well done. It means sort of like a large quantity, or really like the majority here, Yuki. Okay?
Great part of, yeah.
Most of, something like that, okay? Any other questions, guys?
Yes, the last sentence of the third paragraph, wherewithal.
What does wherewithal mean? That's a cool word, that. Does anyone know? Has anyone ever heard it before?
No.
No.
Can anyone guess?
Like resources?
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like it's like a personal ability, something like a personal ability. Something similar to that. Being in touch with yourself. So it's difficult to actually use these techniques because when you're stressed, right? So it's actually hard to think straight and actually put these techniques into practice. So if you have wherewithal, it means that you're in touch with yourself, sort of, okay?
Can I ask you, I mean, do you use this word very often in your daily conversation? I mean, do you use it at all?
Yes, it does come up now and again. I say that it was relatively sort of informal language usually, which is so it's unusual to have it in an article perhaps. But yeah, it definitely does come up, so it's worth remembering.
Okay, thank you.
It's a bit of a weird one, I admit. All right. Any other questions?
It's not like a skill. It's not the synonymous?
It sort of is. It's more like an ability. It's sort of like an inherent ability. If you have a lot of wherewithal, it's like you've got, you know how common sense is something that you're kind of born with or not. Some people seem to lack common sense. It's similar to that. It's sort of like an innate ability to be in touch with yourself, that type of thing, or be in touch with what's going on around you.
May I ask you another question? Cognitive performance, it's like your ability to think?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Cognitive has to do with your mental ability. Any other questions?
Well-honed.
Well-honed.
Honed is like what you do with your weapon, like you polish it, you care of it, no?
Alright, sorry, I missed the word that we're talking about there, guys. What word?
Well-honed coping strategies, honed.
Strategies?
Top, the second paragraph.
Well-honed.
Yeah, well-honed.
Well-honed. Yep, it means developed. Well developed, really. If you hone your skills, it means that you develop them to a really, really high degree so that you're absolutely superb at doing whatever you do. Alright, if you come up with any others, guys, let me know. But we'll move down to the first of these 10 strategies. So, it's Ismail's turn. Could you read this one, please, Ismail? Are you there? No? Okay, Juan, are you there yet?
I appreciate is when you value the action.
Absolutely, that's a great description, Juan. It's nice to see you and talk to you. Hello. Welcome to the class. I tried to say hi to you before, but you weren't there for some reason. So please would you read for us this paragraph?
Okay. Taking time to contemplate what you grateful for isn't merely the right thing to do, it also improves your mood because it reduces the stress hormone cortisol by 23%. Research conducted at the University of California. They found that people who worked daily to cultivate an attitude of gratitude and experience improved mood, energy, and physical well-being. It is likely that lower levels of cortisol played a major role in this.
Well done. This is a major role.
Major role.
That's
in
better.
This.
Yep, well done. Great reading. Thank you, Juan. Okay.
You're welcome.
So I really like this little phrase here, an attitude of gratitude. Who has in this class an attitude of gratitude? Does anybody employ this technique often in their lives?
Yes.
Who said yes?
Rodrigo.
All right, Rodrigo, tell us about it. How do you remember to be grateful for what you have? When do you think, okay, I need to be grateful?
Yes, for example, I think I am healthy, and my parents are healthy, and my son is healthy, my wife is healthy, and right now I had my own house, and my own car. You know, I am in a big company. I am working for a big company, and my study is going very well as well.
Excellent. So I think it's true that as soon as you start thinking of all the things that you actually do have, the list is long, right? Even for those people who are in a difficult situation, there are still lots of things that usually are good. What I found interesting was this, that it actually reduces your stress hormone by 23%. So it's scientifically a really good thing to do, guys. So Rodrigo, you're ahead of us so far. 1 point to you, okay? All right. Matt, can you please read this one for us?
They avoid asking what if statements throw fuel on the fire of stress and worry. Things can go in a million different directions, and the more time you spend worrying about the possibilities, the less time you'll spend focusing on taking action that will calm you down and keep your stress under control. Calm people know that asking what if will only take them to a place they don't want or need to go.
Perfect reading, Matt. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to ask Andrzej. Andrzej, is this one of the things that you do to stay calm? Avoid asking what if?
Actually, despite that I am a calm person, for me, what I think that what if is a fear that tells us that within us, that sits within us, because you know, when you ask what if, you try to pretend what will happen with you, and your fear increases.
Yep.
Because of that. And
So
I think I'm not good at it because I always pretend what will happen after I, for example, act or do something. So it's not my thing actually.
All right. So this is something that you can work on, maybe.
Yeah,
I think this is really hard. I must admit, I definitely fall into the trap of what if now and again. I just want to talk about the word despite for a moment, because this is quite a good one to use. But in English, there's quite specific rules about it. So you can either say despite the fact that, and then you could have anything coming after that, a sentence or whatever. Or you can say despite plus the ing, so despite being a calm person, blah, 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 blah. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, I really like your points, Andrzej. Thank you for sharing those. we're going to have time at the end to talk about these a little bit more, but I just want to make sure everybody has a chance to read. So we're going to go to the next one, and then I'll ask you to, if you haven't spoken yet, to comment on one of the points. So have a think about that as we go through, guys. Rafa, they stay positive, please.
They stay positive. Positive thoughts help make stress intermittent by focusing your brain's attention on something that is completely stress-free. You have to give your wandering brain a little help by consciously selecting something positive to think about. Any positive thought will do to refocus your attention. When things are going well and your mood is good, this is relatively easy. When things are going poorly and your mind is flooded with negative thoughts, this can be a challenge. In this moment, think about your day and identify one positive thing that happened, no matter how small. If you can't think of something from the current day, reflect on the previous day or even the previous week. Or perhaps you are looking forward to an exciting event that you can focus your attention on. The point here is that you must have something positive that you're ready to shift your attention to when your thoughts turn negative.
All right, Rafa, you have such a great voice. I was sucked in by your reading. I think you should consider being a documentary person, or maybe like one of those movie announcers, you know. If you can't think of something from the current day. That was really exciting listening to that.
Thank you very much.
Very nice reading, I might add. Okay, just one word here. This is intermittent. The emphasis is on mit, okay? Intermittent.
Intermittent.
Yeah. And there was one little extra part here. Any positive thought will do. So the emphasis comes heavily on the will do. Because what you're saying is that any positive thought will work, right? Will be successful in refocusing your attention. All right, thank you for reading, Rafa. All right, this stay positive thing has been around for ages. Do you think this paragraph is helpful in any way? What do you think? Who am I going to ask? Ahmed. What do you think, Ahmed? Is this helpful to remember, or is it a bit useless?
Sure, it's a good idea when you think about positive thing to change your mind and do not think more in the negative way. It's worked with me.
All right. So, are you good at doing this, or are you hopeless at it?
Sometimes you can do it. It's depend on the stress. It's depend on the trigger.
All right. Good point. It depends on the trigger of your stress. Is that what you said?
Yes, that's right.
So some things are more difficult to remain positive about than others.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes it's difficult to think in a positive way. You just have I don't know how to say it, but you have something in your mind refuse to change your mind.
I think we definitely all experienced that, Ahmed. Absolutely true. It's quite handy, this little tip, I think. If you can't think of something from the current day, think about yesterday, last week, or maybe, you know, something good that's coming up. That's quite a good tip, maybe. All right, let's see what the next one is. This one's long, so we're going to split this between Rodrigo and Yuki. Off you go, Rodrigo, please.
They disconnect.
Okay. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, Yuki. I'll get you to read the second part if you wouldn't mind. I'll get Rodrigo to do the first.
I read there. Yeah.
So Rodrigo will read. Yuki, you'll read in a second, okay?
I'm sorry. Okay.
No problem. Go ahead, Rodrigo.
They disconnect. Given the importance of keeping stress intermittent, it's easy to see how taking regular time off the grid can help keep your stress under control. When you make yourself available to your work 24/7, you expose yourself to a constant barrage of stressors, forcing yourself offline and even goal turning off your phone gives your body a break from a constant source of stress. Studies have shown that something as simple as an email break can lower stress levels.
Thank you, Rodrigo. This one here is one syllable. It's just pronounced gives.
Give.
Yeah. Well done. Okay, now your turn, Yuki.
Okay. Technology enables constant communication and expectation that you should be available 24/7. It is extremely difficult to enjoy a stress-free moment outside of work when an email and will change your train of thought and get you thinking, lead stressing about work can drop onto your phone, your phone at any moment. Detaching yourself from work-related communication on weekday evenings is too big a challenge. Then how about the weekend? Choose a block of time where you cut the cord and go offline. You'll be amazing at how refreshing these breaks are and how they reduce stress by putting a mental recharge into your weekly schedule. If you are worrying about the negative repercussions of taking this step, first try doing it at times when you are unlikely to be contacted. Maybe Sunday morning. As you grow more comfortable with it, and as your co-workers begin to accept the time you spend offline, gradually expand the amount of time you spend away from technology.
Thank you, Yuki. That was a tough one with lots of words. This is contacted.
Contacted, first syllabus.
Yeah, that's right. So to contact and contacted, or my contacts. It's all the same. Emphasis on the first syllable, okay?
Okay.
Oh, right. Who am I going to ask? Matt, what do you think about this? Disconnecting.
So, what's the main idea of the paragraph?
You tell me.
Should I tell? Well, from the title, like to do not. From the title, I can think that it's about to do not think about something.
Yep.
To think about something else.
Absolutely. And it gives a particular example of technology here, right? Because I think technology is probably one of those things that's the most invasive in our lives. I don't know about for you, Matt. How often do you use your technology, your phone, check your email? Do you think you do it too often?
No, I just use just in my job, and it's job related, and I don't use after job so much, like checking emails or something. I don't need that. So.
All right. So, do you think that helps you stay calm?
What? To do not use technology, or?
Yeah, not using technology.
Well, I think it's all about your mindset, because I think some people, they are very like money oriented. From my experience, I've met lots of people that they are very oriented on money, like, and they see a person through money. Basically, they in some way or another ask you about your position, like in society, about what's your job or something like that. So basically, they worried about their position because they asking about your position, I think you should find a good job in a good company, like, and then a big corporation maybe, and you'll see happiness in that company because there is no stress at all, from my experience.
Yeah. All right. So I think as you just said, Matt, this kind of depends quite a bit on your job, doesn't it? If you work for a company that you can just go home and forget about it, and it's maybe a little bit easier. But if you work for yourself, or perhaps you're like the boss or something, it might be a lot harder to do this. But maybe even more important.
And depends how much money you make, because people who don't make money enough, they are worried always about money, and they are they're basically asking other people about in some way, like about their position in society or something. So.
All right. So your financial situation has an impact on it too.
Sorry, what did you say?
Your financial situation has an impact.
I think that's the core of the things. Basically, when the people are not secure in that way, they are starting to worry about things, and they get stressed out. So basically, when you have like stable income, let's say a stable income, and a not stressful job, you just relax. You're just relaxed. That's all.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like it could make a lot of sense. Yuki, have a look at the points that we've covered so far, and we're not going to have time to read any more, guys. But what do you think is the most important one for you, Yuki, that we've read? Are any of these going to be helpful to you, do you think?
There are a lot of suggestions to reduce your stress here. Yeah. One of these is thinking positively. And try to avoid to think negatively. It reduces your stress, and you can concentrate on current problem, not thinking about the future. So don't think about your future. If what if? Yeah, is also would be a prevent to concentrate on current problem. And here, what we have read on as a last point, disconnect. So you have to. Here, it is written about the importance of take a rest, of taking a rest. So you have to. Your brain need a rest time to time, right? Time to time.
Absolutely, from time to time.
Time to time. It refresh your brain, and you can after a small rest, you can again be able to work and deal with the problems. So I think all points in this article is very important.
All right, thank you, Yuki. Would anyone else like to comment on one of the points in particular that they think is going to maybe help them, or that they're going to try to implement in their lives?
I've seen all of these points are very important. Some points are a little bit more difficult to do than another.
Yes.
For example, for me, it's very important always be optimistic and just remember what what you already have.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's a good point, Rodrigo. I think that they are really all important. I think you're right too, and that some are more difficult than others. Anyone else want to make a comment before we go? Which one are they going to try and?
I think another one could be take perspective about the problem, because if you are thinking that the problem right now is a big problem, perhaps later, 2 years later or 2 months later, it becomes a piece of cake. For this reason, take perspective about the problem could be another interesting, at least for me, point of view when you are worried about or you are having a lot of stress.
All right, thank you, Rafa. I agree 100%. So we would say get some perspective, or gain some perspective. Kind of like stand back and think, okay, is this going to be a big deal in a month or a year? You know, will I care anymore? And that could definitely help you. Really good point. All right, everybody. We're going to have to finish off the class now, but do feel free to read the rest of the article. There are some really good points coming up a little bit further on down the page. If you have any questions about it, go and write on Facebook, and we'll have a little bit of a chat about what we think are the best techniques on staying calm. Maybe Andre can tell us which ones he uses to be a calm person all the time. But it was really lovely having you all in class. Nice to see some old friends. Nice to see some new faces. I hope you have a great evening, and I hope also to see you again soon. So take care, guys, and see you later.
Amy.
Thank you.
There's an advice for you on the Google chat.
Okay, thank you, Matt. I'll
Stay
take a
calm.
look at it.
Bye, Steve.
Drink some vodka. If in doubt, thank you.
That's for you. My advice.
All right. Bye.
Just kidding. Bye-bye.
Bye.